With this one I'm going to add a charm or two. These are metal charms that are designed to go onto bracelets or earrings, and they all have hooks on them, which I have removed. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts, and I hope you're doing okay. Now I'm going to be making in this video 4 little backless bezel pendant pieces in teardrop shapes. I really enjoyed making these pieces, and heads up, one of them is my favourite piece, maybe of all time. This is Let's Resin's UV resin starter kit. They sent it to me because I'd run out of UV resin, and as I have it, I thought I'd show you what's in it. You get a couple of tiny pots that are very handy for UV resin, and a couple of little stirring sticks which really are not handy at all. Anyway, moving on. There's also a blue silicone mat. Now, I didn't actually realise that the new kits had these in them, and I think they're very, very handy. They're about half the size of the levelling table. Ideal for doing small things with UV resin, however. And to be honest, I think a silicone mat is one of the most important fundamental pieces of doing any resin craft. And inside are 2 quite nice sized bottles of UV clear hard type resin. And as you need to cure UV resin, they also put in a small UV light. So I have the levelling table out, and I've put the blue silicone mat on the levelling table. I'm now cutting off a piece of resin tape. This is designed for open back bezels and the like. I use it quite a lot, it's very handy. And I got out some open back bezels from my collection. These were bought from Amazon, and they are really nice deep size, ideal for doing layers in UV resin. I'm putting the bezel and I'm pushing it down nice and firm onto the resin tape. This video is sponsored by Let's Resin, and I want to thank Let's Resin for sponsoring this video. I will endeavour to put all the links for everything I use in the description box below. If I miss any links, please do get in touch. Use the comment section if you have any questions, and I will do my best to get back to you. And don't forget to push that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So the first thing I'm going to do is to pour out a little of the hard type UV resin into one of the containers. Now I want to colour this black, so I'm going to use some Let's Resin black colourant. Now UV resin cures because it has light going through it. If you put black into UV resin, it can alter the curing. However, you can still use it if you layer it extremely thin. So I'm mixing up my black pigment here. I realised there was a little bit too much colouring for the amount of resin I had, so I added some more clear and mixed that in well. Now before I put the black into these droplet pendants, I want to give them a clear UV resin layer. This is to seal in the back. And as I'm going to be putting black on top, and the black does struggle curing under UV light, by putting a clear layer on the bottom, it gives me a base layer I know is completely cured against anybody's touch. I wanted to make sure it was completely safe both sides. So one thin layer of UV resin on each of these pendants, completely clear. I then go over with a long neck lighter to get rid of any surface bubbles. I move away the other bits of uncured resin in the pots, and I cure them up for 5 minutes. Now not only do I have a piece that is sealed at the bottom, but I can layer my very thin coat of black UV resin on the top. I will be giving these pieces 2 or 3 coats of black to make sure I've got a really solid black cover, but you really do need to make them thin so that the light cures the resin completely. So once I've done all 4 pieces, again I put them under the lamp for 5 minutes. You can cure them back and front if you're worried. So now I have my clear layer and 2 layers of black, which is really lovely and dark. I can take the plastic off of the back. I now have a sealed piece, so I don't need the plastic in the way, and it's very satisfying to listen to the tape coming off. If you have any questions about what I'm making here or anything from my YouTube channel, please do drop a comment in the comment section below and I will do my utmost to get back to you. I try really hard to answer every comment, although it is getting more difficult nowadays. Now I have the 4 pendants with black as a base, and I'm going to start making the pieces. First one, I'm using Teal. This is Resin's chameleon mica powder in Teal, and I'm mixing it in again to a small amount of UV resin. Again, because this is quite an opaque colour, I need to do very thin layers, and as it's on a black base, it is extremely important to let that light go through the amount of resin that you're putting on the pendant. So it is going to be extremely thin, but because it's really thin, the chameleonness of the powder should show through quite significantly because of the black background. Black shows chameleons off the best, which is why I've done all of the pendant pieces in black. And you can see here how much it shimmers and how versatile it is. By just twisting it around with a little micro brush, you can get different patterns in the UV resin. When I'm happy that it's exactly how I want it to be, then I put it under the lamp and cure it. Now this is where it gets a little different. Each of these pendant pieces will be slightly different. This is washi tape. It's a cheap washi tape. I think I bought it from Temu, but you can get washi tape from quite a few different places, and you could definitely buy them on Amazon. I've decided to cut up a small part of this washi tape into a droplet design. Now I've put it over the top of my pendant piece and I've drawn a line roughly around the outside. I'm going to cut within the line so none of that black line is on the design. And I'm just going to snip around a little bit more just to get it to fit the pendant piece completely. After a little bit of back and fro and snip, 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 it fits beautifully. Now I can take the backing off and stick this washi tape in the pendant piece itself. This should enable me to see some of the background colour, not all of it. It will change the colour of the design on the front slightly because it's not a white background, but I only want a faint design, and I think that works really well in this piece. This is going to be the background picture to extra elements that I'm adding in the front. Because this bezel is quite deep, it does give me a lot of room to put other things in there. So now I have a faint background picture, which is perfect. Now these pieces are tiny little shell metal pieces. I believe I bought them back in the day from Wish. I've had these in my drawers for quite some time. Probably you can get them elsewhere these days. They are minuscule, tiny shell pieces in metal. I like the silver, so I buy silver, but they have them in gold and all different colours. Again, I will try and find something similar and link it in the description box below. But I find these absolutely beautiful. Because they're metal, they sink nicely and stay in places, and the designs of them are really quite cute. So I've picked out a few, including a tiny turtle, to put in my design, going on top of the washi tape that's already in there. These are the pieces that people will want to look at when they see your pendant. Oh, what's in there? Let's have a look. And your imagination can take you in all sorts of places. There's plenty of different ideas you could do with this. When I'm happy that I've got enough in there, I give it a whiz with a long neck lighter, and again I cure it for 5 minutes. When it's cured up, I then dome it. Now the trick with doming is that Resin has its own surface tension. As long as you don't push the resin over the edge and don't overfill, it will hold itself as a dome. It is a little tricky, but I am standing down and looking across the top when I'm dropping the UV resin in to know how far I can go. And remember, I've got this on a leveling table. Finally, I cure it for 5 minutes. So make number 2. This time I'm going to use abalone shells. These are very cheap abalone shells, chips that you can buy from most cheap places and probably at Amazon as well. And these are just absolutely beautiful. Now the trick I found with abalone shells is to stack them. If you stack them on top of each other, you get a really shimmery appearance. And as these are just chips, I am putting a fair amount of chips of these colours in this resin. Again, because it's black on the back, it will push those colours out. I know it seems counterproductive for it to be black, but it really does work. Now you don't have to put black behind these, you can put other colours, but it might mute those colours, suck the life out of those shells. And we don't want that, do we? Once that's all cured up, then I have some tiny fish that I've cut from another washi tape. They are absolutely minuscule fish, but I figured they would go really well, just 3 little fish on top of these abalone shells. The hardest bit about this was getting the backing off the fish, and honestly that was just a farce, hilarious, and I had to do it close to my eyes, so I couldn't really show in front of the camera. So I put my fish in, and again I put a top coat of resin and dome it. Cure it up for 5 minutes once I've got rid of any surface bubbles. So for make 3, I decided to use some chrome powder in light blue. This is from Let's Resin's chrome box, the first set I believe. They do have another set out now that has totally different colours in, and it's really nice to see so many chrome colours. Again, I've mixed the colour into UV resin and I'm giving it 2 coats this time to give it a nice deep light blue colour. With the 2 layers done, I'm now going to add the foliage to this one. Now this is cut from a large UV DTF sticker. There was small parts of it that I really loved, and I figured this would be beautiful in this pendant piece. I cut it to size, and again the hardest part was taking the top part off. Now with the UV DTF it is white on the back, and when you take the front cover off it only leaves the design. There's no edges around that picture, it is just the print of the picture. If you've never heard of UV DTFs before, I'll link a video in the top right hand corner when I first used them. They are amazing and you can get so many designs. I just wanted some floral to go with my 2 floral and 2 water themed pendants. And as this has got a purple and a yellow flower on it, I just thought it would be perfect. Once I've got my UV DTF sticker on there and the front part is removed, then I'm just going to go over some clear resin and dome it like I did the others. Go over the top with my long let lighter and cure it up for 5 minutes. Straightforward and simple. So on to the last make, and this time I'm going to use some Let's Resin Interference Blue. Interference powder can have different effects depending on what colour is behind it. And we know that this has got black behind it, but the powder is going to be quite dense in the UV resin, so it's going to have a slightly different effect than if we was rubbing the blue powder on a mould, because it would be extremely thin. I am doing 1 thin coat with this so that we can see the colour, because the black is going to activate the colour slightly. And I'm using a micro brush to give it some swirly designs before I cure it up for 5 minutes. With this one I'm going to add a charm or 2. These are metal charms that are designed to go onto bracelets or earrings, and they all have hooks on them, which I have removed, so that I've got the design without the hook, and they look pretty good. I've decided to go with the dragonfly because I think it would fit nicely with these UV DTF flower designs. Again, this has come from the larger one that I had that I've cut into pieces, and I do like bright colours, and I think these bright red and purple flowers will go absolutely amazing with the tiny dragonfly. Again, one thin coat of UV resin before I put the dragonfly into the pendant piece. A quick flick with a long neck lighter, and then I can drop that metal charm into it. Now I do faff around a little bit to decide where I want that dragonfly to sit, and I make sure it's completely covered with UV resin. I decided to twist it round so that we had the purple flower showing a little bit more, and then I put it under the lamp for 5 minutes. But we mustn't forget the finishing touches. So I have 4 pendant pieces, all with black on the back, and that's quite dull. So I'm going to make them shine on the back as well as the front. So I'm using some metal leaf glue, which I use quite a lot and is absolutely fantastic for holding foil. And I have these amazing foils that I've purchased. I will try and link where I got these from in the description box below. They weren't expensive, but there's not many sheets of foil in each pack. But I loved the fact that these sheets of foil are mottled colours. Now when the metal sized glue has completely dried, it goes clear, but it stays sticky. And because it stays sticky, you can put foil on top and it will hold it in place. This is how they actually metal leaf, gold leaf, silver leaf pieces. This is how it's done. And because this foil is the same type of thing as you would get with a metal leaf or a silver leaf, it works in the same way. Now you don't have to seal this in. This is already sealed. It can stay exactly as it is, or you can put a thin layer of UV resin over the top, or even lacquer if you want to make sure it is scratch resistant, because it can scratch off as any silver or gold leaf can. I was having a whale of a time with this. You push it down with a fluffy brush, you brush away any excess foil that isn't needed, and you burnish it onto that glue and it won't go anywhere. And because this is mottled colour, I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So I did the back of all of these pieces in different colours and had a lot of fun doing it too. The final one was really quite spectacular as well. So I have 4 pendants made. Beautifully made. I love the foil on the back of them. I love each of the designs. I think they're unique and they are beautiful, and you can do all this with a starter kit, some open back bezels and some embellishments of your choice. As I said, I do try really hard to put all the links for everything I use in videos in the description box below. And these pieces will be available for sale on my website, so go check out toonpish.com. I've got to say, the abalone shells and the 3 little fishes is my absolute favourite. Next to that, I think maybe the dragonfly. What do you think? I really enjoyed making these, and I hope it's inspired you to have a go yourself. Some of them have a couple of little bubbles in, but I think that adds to the designs, especially when they're underwater. Thanks to Let's Resin for sponsoring this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Come back and see me next week, because you never know what I'm going to be up to. I never know what I'm going to be up to. Have a great week. Happy crafting, and bye for now.